Hey guys, David Patrick Green here, hackhollywood.com, hackbollywood.in. I've got a interesting video for you guys today. It's the beginning of a series of videos, and I'm just gonna call it, it's bringing in a third party, and it's the top 5 things you can learn from Joe Rogan about how to run your acting career. Okay, the first thing you can learn from Joe Rogan, and despite this being what you can learn from Joe Rogan, you're actually going to learn it from Bill Burr, the comedian, the redhead, ginger, angry guy. We all are. Sorry, it's true. The stereotype is true. Gingers are angry because we're very sensitive, because we're thin-skinned. Literally, I have the thinnest skin in the world. That's why it's like all wrinkly. Thin skin, so if you touch me, I feel it. So what did Bill Burr say to Joe Rogan? And that's not the beginning of a joke. Bill was talking about how getting an agent and the corporate world, they always pretend like they're adding value to you when all they do is, when you are successful, then they come and they say they can make you more successful. But all they do is basically steal from you by just saying, hey, I'll take 10% of everything you ever do from now on, and I will try to promote you. But they actually don't promote you. All they do is, if there's an opportunity and it sounds like you might be right for it, they will submit you electronically, okay? And that's also my experience with my private coaching clients, some who have been represented by the biggest talent management companies in the world, and then I say, do they pick up the phone to call for you when you're absolutely right for something? And they're like, I don't know, let me find out. So they call up their agent, and the agent goes, yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you, we don't make phone calls. I'm like, what do you do then? You just look at the breakdowns and collect 10%? Wow. I'll have that job, please. And that's literally what these companies do. They don't add any value. If they do anything that seems like it's for you, they're doing it for themselves. Like, they're packaging you with other actors, with directors, producers, with material. This is the perfect combination. But again, it's all for their benefit. If you happen to benefit, it was an accident. Okay? So the lesson here, what I'm trying to relay to you guys, is to not think you need representation to actually handle your own career for as much as you can and as long as you can, and develop your own relationships, which is what is required when you represent yourself. Don't have somebody else who has all the relationships do all the work for you, which is no work, but they have relationships, and you know they must be important, or these agents and managers wouldn't be so concerned about losing them. So if you develop a few relationships and you represent yourself, meaning you say, this is what I can do, and I believe you could use somebody like this, they will love you. They will fall in love with you. They have no need for an agent. And you might be saying to yourself, well, yeah, but an agent or a manager, they negotiate the contract. Trust me, there's very little to negotiate until you're at the highest level. And even at the highest level, they've already budgeted in. They know what they're willing to pay you. The only question is whether you actually get to the number that they were willing to pay you before you chicken out. Because they will tell you, take it or leave it, pretty much from the get-go. But very few people go, all right, I don't want it. Go find somebody else. Because trust me, hiring an actor is a big, big decision. Casting is the hardest thing that producers do. It's like, who can do this role? It's not just anybody. They're very particular. So if you say, okay, well, if you don't want to pay me more than scale, give it to somebody else. Go find, go get an amateur who's never worked before. I've worked 30 times in the business, right? They understand that. It means something. So if you say no, you might be surprised, but you'll never know unless you try, right? And is it not worth, first of all, not only just your peace of mind to get the answer to will it work, but think of it. If you get offered $1,000 and you say, no, go find somebody else, and they go, well, what do you want? And you go, $2,000, and they go, okay. And first of all, think about it. What's $1,000 to a multi-million-dollar project? It's nothing. Okay, it's nothing. So chances are they will actually give you the the extra 1,000. And I know this because I've seen it done a million times. Like if a director says, I want this actor, and this actor's minimum is $2,500 a day, well, is anybody going to go no to the director? So if they can say yes to the director, they can say yes to you, right? You need to think for yourself and not be scared of stuff. So as a Tom Cruise or a Brad Pitt or whoever your favorite person is who's at the $50 million level, they know what Tom Cruise costs, okay? They know what everybody costs because it's all SAG, it's all in the SAG records, it's all in the union records, right? Like what's their their quote. So they know that. They've already budgeted it. So when they come to you with a number that's below your quote or below, Tom Cruise's 50 million, and they say no, and they go, Tom, we only have 30 for you on this. And Tom goes, okay. And the agent's like, take the 30 million, Tom, take the 30 million, because a talent agent is no different than a real estate agent. They don't care how much you make. They just want to do the deal because they want to get it over as fast as possible, and they don't want to risk losing it. Because a commission from $30 million, while it's not as good as a commission from $50 million, is a lot better than zero commission. Think about that. Know that, own that. That's how they operate. That's how they all operate. Okay? So when they call up Tom Cruise and they go, or they call his agent, hey, we'd like Tom for this. And they go, before the agent speaks, remember this too. Before the other person speaks, you need to tell them what you want and what you expect. Because you want to say your piece before they have a chance to say theirs. Because it's a lot easier for them to change their mind in their head than have to change their mind after they've already said something, right? That's all ego, okay? Getting someone to change their mind after they've already said their number, next to impossible, much harder, because that's a loss of face. So when they go to Tom Cruise's agent and they go, Tom, or Mr. Agent, Mr. Co-conspirator, because we know you're working with us. We know you want to get this deal done. We want Tom. And they go, well, his quote's 50 million. Yeah, but we only have 30 million. Or if they're smart, they just said, hey, Tom Cruise's agent, we want Tom Cruise, but we only have 30 million. And at that point, he may go, I wonder if they know his quote is 50 million. And if they don't know that, should I bring it up? Because then I just make these negotiations a lot harder. Or should I just say, 30 million sounds pretty good, and my cut of 30 million might be 1.5 to 3 million? Let me check with old Tommy boy. Okay? Hold on. Tom, Mr. Cruise. Mr. Cruise, did I call you Tom? Oh my gosh, Mr. Cruise. Wow, what a freaking deal do I have for you. It is so perfect. It's going to rejuvenate your career. It was made for you. They actually said they wrote it with you in mind. They can't imagine another actor doing it. Doesn't that sound amazing? Yeah, it does, Bobby. Okay, so they're willing to pay the 50 million? Oh gosh, Tom, didn't I say this? Didn't I say this? Listen, the director's mother is dying of cancer, and the whole COVID-19 thing, and the studio, they're having a tough time raising money these days because the internet and Facebook and all that stuff. Tom, it's tough out there. It's tough. So they came to me with a $10 million offer. And I laughed in their face and I said, Tom Cruise would never work for $10 million. And I said, I couldn't even bring an offer to Tom of less than 30 million, and they practically fell off of their chairs. I could hear them crashing to the floor. And they said, oh, no, Bob, we can't do 30 million. The whole budget's only 60 million. No, how about 20? How about 20 for Tom Cruise? 20? And I said, I'm hanging up now. And they said, wait, Bob, wait, Bob, don't hang up, don't hang up. They said, listen, we have some other actors. We're supposed to be on, one of those equal favored nations things. But you know what? I think we can find it. We can find it somewhere. All right. Tell you what, and I don't have authorization for this, I'm not going to take a meeting because it's not going to go well, but I will take the brunt of this. Okay, Bob, you can tell Tom, we'll get you 30 million. Okay? Okay, Mr. Cruz, that's what I did for you. I went to bat for you. I risked relationships because there's other actors on the roster, on my roster, that they wanted, and I know they're going to have to take a pay cut because of what I asked for you. So, will you do it, Tom? Will you do it? Sorry, Mr. Cruz. Will you do that, Mr. Cruz? Now that, guys, is what happens on a daily basis. It's a douchey business, and there's a bunch of douchebags that are theoretically representing you. And they're not representing you, they're representing themselves. So you need to represent yourself. And I don't mean stick up for yourself with agents. I mean, don't get an agent, okay? Not until the last possible minute. Because frankly, if you're Tom Cruise, what do you need an agent for? You could hire a lawyer or a paralegal and just say, just take the phone calls. Paramount Studios? Yeah, this is Tom Cruise. Yes, it is 50 million. Thank you. Right? You don't need an agent. Just like you don't need casting directors. Just like you don't need anyone. All you need is you and the people that make the projects. That's the producers. Okay, guys, I hope this is helpful. Got parts 2, 3, 4, 5 coming up. Might even change my shirt, my sunglasses by then. Let me know what you guys think. Am I full of it? Or I don't know what the rhyme is to full of it, full of it. Am I giving you gold, or I got nothing to offer on the opposites of those things. Let me know what you guys think. Questions, comments, suggestions for other videos, let me know. I'm here to help. DPG out.